First of all, I'd like to congratulate Coach Howard and Michigan on an unbelievable season. Obviously, they got great kids, great coaching staff, tremendous program. All the best to them. And again, congrats on their season. As far as us guys, it was a Big Ten Battle Royal game. Nobody could find an offensive rhythm. That was just a credit to the defenses. It's just an unbelievably physical game. It's hard to get bodies off of bodies. Obviously, for us, we rode Johnny as hard as we could with his scoring. Jules Bernard, not 100% tonight. You saw him limp. If anybody noticed him limping in the last game, towards the end of the game. Tiger Campbell gave us some offense. I thought their size bothered Jaime a little bit. But he's had an unreal tournament. I didn't get some of our Dave and Jake enough time probably, but I thought the game was such a half-court game. Our guys weren't tired. It was just a physical game. So we were just, I was trying to go with our best defensive lineup. But all the credit goes to the players. They've been unbelievable. To hold Michigan to 49, that's two teams we've held under 50 in this tournament. We held Alabama to 65 in regulation and BYU to 60. So just an awesome effort by our kids, and all credit goes to them.
Now we will go to questions. As a reminder, please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. Our first question comes from Tracy Pearson.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations on that win.
Thank you, Tracy.
So many stats here, out-rebounded, points in the paint, everything. It's how much does this come down to, just like an intangible of physical and mental toughness with this team?
I think that's the whole key, but we just, the resiliency of these guys. Somebody told, it's not on here. Whenever you guys may have it, whenever Michigan's last field goal was, somebody told me they didn't get a field goal in the last 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
What you try to preach when you're building a program, and you guys have heard me say this. First of all, April 9th, 2019, I told you I spell fun, W-I-N. And our scoring's been elite. We're 11 or 12 offense, but tonight it was our defense. You got to find a way to win. It's these guys are having the most fun they've ever had in their life back in that locker room because they won. I told them I was going to teach them how to win. And you got to be able to win different ways, Trace. When things aren't going well on offense because of the other team, not because of us. It was Michigan. They're a 1 seed for a reason. The Big Ten got 10 teams in the tournament, and they dominated the conference for the most part. So to find a way to beat them with defense, the way we did tonight, obviously extremely proud of our team. But yeah, it was just resilience. Stats are for losers, they say, right? You either win or you lose. So I think that stat sheet can get crumbled up tonight. But obviously Johnny's points were huge. Somebody had to get – and Tiger had some big baskets too. Really happy for him.
Next question is from Adam Grossbard.
Mick, you mentioned Johnny. He had that scary moment where he went down with his injury. Michigan started scoring a little bit, went on a run. Just, what impact did losing him for that little bit have, and then having him come back just in terms of the team's
well, sure. Surely it didn't help. There's not much that hasn't happened to us this year. As far as losing guys and injuries. He's on 2 iffy ankles. There was no doubt in my mind he would come back. But obviously while he was out, But look, I don't know what we got up. So what's largest lead isn't on here either. Well, yeah, it is 9. So, I think maybe we were up 9. You may know whenever that happened. But, I knew, look, they weren't going anywhere. We weren't going to win by double figures tonight. Hunter Dickinson gave them some big buckets that got him back in the game. We didn't do a good job a few times and let him get to his left hand. And then we made a few, in the game, we made a few probably wild ones. He made a wild one off the glass. I mean, that was going to happen. But, our defense forced 14 turnovers. That's huge, guys, in a game like in a low possession game to create 14 turnovers is really why we won. Because if they get more, if we only force eight, say we force 8, they get 6 more shots off, they probably beat us. Unbelievable effort by our kids defensively.
Our next question is from Tim Cates, Bruin Talk AM 570.
Coach, congratulations. Tim Cates, AM 570. Talk a little bit about the toughness of this team, especially the last 2 weeks, where it's come from. And 2, you mentioned the stat sheet and ripping it up. I mean, Kenneth Nuba didn't have a point tonight, but probably played 20 of the biggest minutes of his UCLA career tonight.
Yeah, look, Mac Etienne's going to be a great player. We brought him in to put weight on him and get him stronger. The problem is we had to play him. And he's doing well in practice, but all the running in practice time since Jalen his Hill's been gone, he can't gain weight because he's practicing so hard. So a game like this, Kenny's obviously a bigger, stronger guy in his 3rd year of college. But there was a few moments there where, look, Kenny's never played that many minutes, I don't think. I don't believe I think 20 is probably the most in his career. So he dug deep for us, 5 big rebounds, gave us physicality, set some great screens. Again, stats can be overrated. Here's a guy that didn't score, but as you brought his name up for a reason, he had a big impact on the game. Because the other games you can go small. We playing Jalen Clark at the 5. He's 6'4", but that wasn't gonna. Can't do that against Michigan. We had to go big today. Kenny was huge, and I think your original. Look, our toughness. It's really been great all year. Look, man, you just can't win them all. We caught some bad breaks. Some of those you got to take your hat off to the other team. Some of it we had a few missed free throws. It's our fault. But, we won it on the defensive end. We didn't foul. We didn't give up a layup. We forced shots over us down the stretch, and that was the whole key. We forced shots over us.
Our next question is from Bill Plaschke.
Yeah, Mick, when you took over the program 2 years ago, as optimistic as you are, could you imagine you'd be in the Final Four in 2 years?
No.
I mean, is any part of this surprise you? Be honest.
No, look, that's why I laughed. Look, look, we lost Station Nix to the G League, and then you lose Chris Smith, and then you lose Jalen Hill. If I'd have told you those 3, like the guys that, Tracy Pearson and Ben are on here, I'm sure that follow us every day. If I'd have told you guys that last May when we were all in lockdown, you guys would have said you're not making the NCAA tournament. Nobody, nobody would have said you're going to the Final Four. Let's be honest. So absolutely no, Bill. Now quietly when we had those 3 guys, quietly I told my dad, I got a chance to have my best team ever after Johnny committed to us. When Johnny signed. And got cleared to play this year. And and then you got Tiger and Dacian Nix, you got Johnny, you got Chris Smith, all these guys, you got, Jalen Hill's on the team. You got experience, you got athleticism, but without those 3 guys, hell no, Bill, hell no.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Rashawn Haylock, KTLA.
Hey, Coach. How much have you seen Johnny grow since the Chris Smith injury?
Really, it's been all, he was awesome in October. Then, he had a stress reaction in his foot. We had to shut him down. But even though when he was playing well in practice, I knew he was going to need game minutes because, it's just different. So, my plan it was that, I knew for us to get here, I was going to have to let him play through things and teach him shot selection. And what I've tried to teach him is that what he did tonight. He's got 11 baskets, but only 2 threes. So he's more of a scorer than a shooter, and I think that's what he got labeled at Kentucky. And I wanted him to get rid of that mindset. We really worked hard on his mid-range and him going to the basket. But he's grown immensely, and obviously, I knew for us, back to Bill, I knew for us to evolve, he was the guy that was going to have to evolve for us.
Our next question is from Pat Forty.
Mick, congratulations. Pat Forty from Sports
What's up,
Illustrated.
Pat?
Just wanted to ask you about kind of the way you just had to manufacture this game possession by possession. They got it down to 1 point. You ran something for Cody Riley.
Big play, yes.
Yeah, ran a wing play for Juzang. And then, just kind of concocting minutes from your bench in the middle, Etienne and obviously Nuba. I guess the question is, how did you feel like you just kind of cobbled this thing together?
Well, hey, look, again, I like to give the kids credit. You're, the play you alluded to out of a timeout, get the guys ran perfectly. Something I kept in my pocket to get a bucket late, to get, when Johnny's hot, I use him as a screener. I thought if he said, I told him you got to set the screen. I think Cody will be wide open. Your man won't help because the way he was shooting the ball. And Jaime threw a great pass, and Cody got it up and in was huge. So, but look, you can draw stuff up, Pat, but kids got to execute. And obviously there's 4 teams still left, and we understand what's ahead of us. But to get this far, as we can't just rip and roar. Because we've talked enough about the guys that are not here. And Cody's foul trouble is an issue for us, and it makes it challenging. So you gotta just, it's game management, man. You're over that. That's what you're paid for. I got a great coaching staff that I hired for a reason. So they help me out a lot. It's not a one-man band.
Our next question is from Pete Thamel.
Nick, congratulations. You take the UCLA job, and it's steeped in history. Could you just touch on getting to the Final Four at UCLA? I believe it's the 19th in school history, and just what it means to sort of have your own niche in that great dossier that's there.
Well, look, obviously, I knew what I was. I knew the expectations, Pete. Right? I mean, it's pretty clear at UCLA. I thank Dan Guerrero for believing in me. I tried to convince him that and the guys that were around him with this, that I understood it and I wanted it. I think I don't know. Coach Pitino is like an older brother to me. And he used to say, I'd rather live one day as a lion than 1,000 as a lamb. It's like I told my father, if I don't take this job, I feel like a lamb. And I felt like I accomplished a lot at Cincinnati, and I felt good about, the fact I gave everything I could to that position every day from my heart. And it was just time, it was time for a change and a challenge for me professionally. As well as I thought that it would be great for my daughter as well. But surely, look, but we're not done. And tomorrow's never promised, so this is great, but we got work to do, and, hopefully, that I'll be around to do, to keep trying to chase the tradition and the expectations at UCLA. But it takes players, Pete, so I don't like talking about it because, players win games, and I really appreciate these guys for allowing me to coach them.